Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to talk about a mom's tragic story of poverty and loss. Now, there are a lot of people who are questioning whether or not this mom should be held more responsible for what she did and that she is making excuses. There are also people who are on the other side who say, "Oh my God, I cannot believe that she lost her kids like this." We're going to talk about it. If this is your first time being here, my name is Auntie and welcome. Go ahead on and hit that comment button, that like button. Get down in the comment section and give us your say so. We want to hear what you got to say. And thank you for being here. For all of you all who have hit that subscribe button already and have joined this family, thank you so much. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I'm going to be doing hot topics because, as I said in my previous video, my analytics said you all want to hear this. You want to hear this more than you want to hear 90 Day Fiance or any other thing that I cover. So while we'll continue to do that, I'm going to be throwing these in there. Y'all let me know downtown. For those of you all who have subscribed, y'all let me know in the chat or in the replay whether or not that information from my statistics is true. Anyway, without further ado, y'all, I want to talk about this story of this young woman who, let me go here. So they said Detroit mom. I have not gotten her name. If anyone has gotten her name, put it down in the comment section. Who two children died from hypothermia while sleeping in a cold van, said that she asked for help for a long time. I'm sorry, here go her name. Tateona Williams has been living in a van with her 4 children for the last 3 months. Last week, she woke up to find 2 of her children, aged 9 and 2, unresponsive. Unfortunately, they were later pronounced dead from what appeared to be hypothermia. The family's van had ran out of gas overnight and below freezing temperatures. According to the mom, she says, "I lost the one who made me a mother, and I lost a 2-year-old. I'm dying in the inside. It hurts. It feels like my heart is breaking, but I have 2 more kids to live for." So this is a mom of 4 kids. I am not sure, y'all, where her other children were in the meantime and in between time. Like, what? But we're going to listen to the video. Let me play it real quick. Hello there, Keisha, and welcome to the family. Welcome, Keisha Hooks. Thank you so much for becoming a member. If y'all have not already done so, please take the opportunity of welcoming Keisha Hooks to the membership. Welcome, boo. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the video. Viewer discretion is advised.
Williams with an even tougher battle ahead. She spent the last 3 months living in a van with her children.
And I regret having to sleep out there so bad. I tell them I'm sorry, but I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me.
1 a.m. on Monday morning, they parked at the Hollywood Greektown Casino parking garage in below freezing temps. Overnight, the car ran out of gas, and the next day, her 9-year-old son was not breathing.
I tried to give him CPR, and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, "Fetty, don't leave me." Don't leave me, please.
After a friend helped take him to the hospital, her 2-year-old daughter was also found unresponsive. Both were later pronounced dead from what appears to be hypothermia.
She didn't even get to live her life. She didn't get to do nothing. She lost her life because I had to sleep in the car.
In a press conference, the mayor and city leaders confirmed that Tateona did call the city's homeless response team back in November, but nothing ever came of it.
At least as far as we've been able to determine so far, the family never called back again for service. And as far as we've been able to tell, our homeless staff never proactively reached out to say, what happened with your situation? Was it resolved?
Mayor Duggan is now calling for a review of the city's homeless services, while Tateona is now in a shelter and her kids are with relatives.
It took my 2 kids to die for y'all to help me. It just don't work like that. It hurt losing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling.
There is so much to unpack about this story. As I stated earlier, people are on both sides of this. They're saying that she should have sought help from family members, that she should have been staying in shelters, that she should have been taking advantage of all of the resources that were available to her. Excuse me, y'all. Here's where I stand on it. As a content creator and a viewer of content creation, one of the biggest niches or genres on YouTube is van life. People living in cars, going viral, getting hundreds of thousands of clicks and views off of it. Even I, last year, was supposed to do vanning. I was supposed to go out and rent a little RV and do it for 5 days. But there's nothing like living in van life that is glamorous. We don't hear these stories on van life of running out of gas or really having to do it because you are in extreme poverty. Your life depends on the gas that's in your car. Now, they did an interview with the daddy. Wait a minute, before I go to the daddy. I don't know what I believe. The city is saying that she did come to them for help. She came to them and they said she never followed back up. They admitted that they were not proactive in following up with her either. But why didn't she follow back up? Could it have possibly been that she had to go somewhere else? Now, this woman was in a casino parking lot with her children, probably thinking that if I stay in this parking lot, it's safer than staying on the street. She's not like those YouTube and content creators who make this stuff look sexy, right? Who have done the research, looked at BLM land and stuff like that. She just was living and surviving. I haven't heard anything about whether or not she has a job that she goes to by day. I don't know whether or not she wore out her welcome with family. There's just so many things like I said, that you can unpack about this story because you don't know whether or not she has mental illness. Like, we don't know enough about her, or at least I don't, to make a judgment one way or the other. There may be some of you all who have researched it and know more than what I know. But all I know is that I have heard of people who are sincerely homeless. Tried to help a couple of people myself who were homeless. And it is extremely hard to find a shelter to keep your kids in. If you don't get to a shelter at a specific time in some states, you're locked out, because that homeless shelter that is used to take care of temporary housing has now become most of these people primary homes. We have one on 3rd Street. Why can't I think of the name of it? There is a lot of crime and violence in that shelter. I think a lot of times back to Katrina, when people were um, in a stadium and there was a lot of crime that was happening. I don't know what this mother's reasoning for was. Now, she said that in another interview that I saw, that she had always made sure she had gas. What happened that she did not have it? I think it's A. Poland. A. Poland is down on 3rd Street. It's 3rd Street when you come into the District of Columbia, right? When you come in or you going out through the 3rd Street tunnel, A. Poland homeless shelter is right there. And a lot of times, if you don't get there, there are no beds. Y'all, did she tap out of resources? Like what? Like, this is so sad to turn around, get up in a car that you have found yourself living in, and your babies are permanently asleep. I could not imagine. And the two of them say that they have 2 other children, or he has one other child with her, but she said the oldest child is the first child that made her a mother. She didn't say it that way, but I'm gonna go ahead on the talk for her. She's out there in freezing temperature. There's so many things I want to say. I just don't want to judge her, because I'm just thinking, why didn't you sleep? Like, when you cold, you huddle with somebody, you cuddle up, you kind of cuddle buddy, you get and you feed off of each other's heat. And I don't want to blame her. God, I don't want to blame her. The father made a very ignorant interview, had a very ignorant interview. There is a tendency to say, why didn't you do anything? There's a part of me that wants to say, you low down mother, you didn't take care of your children. But then there's a part of me that knows how we become when we're parents and we're in a bad situation with a former baby daddy or baby mama. How we really don't mess with nobody. Hold on, y'all. He says that she did not tell him. Hold on, let me see if I can bring up the dads. Y'all, I'm conflicted. We're going to have to talk about it. I'm so conflicted. I'm so conflicted about how I really feel about this. Yeah, I'm so conflicted, but let me show y'all some of his interview. No. Ugh. Hold on. I don't want to watch it on Instagram. Hold on, y'all. Oh my God. Let's see if I can find it through another source. Let me see if I can find it from another source. Oh, just 1 second. I have it, but it wants me to click on this and click on that, and ads popping all up over the place. So y'all bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, just 1 second, y'all. I gotta find it. Okay, here we go. No, that's
Mom's great news.
this is not what I want either. I want the full one. Okay, they're not giving me the full one, so we'll look at the modified. Just 1 second, y'all.
To us tonight after learning 2 of his kids died from exposure to the cold in a casino parking lot.
Yesterday, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham spoke to the mother of those 2 kids about the tragic situation.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please.
Well, tonight, Darren is getting the father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he learned 2 of his children had passed away.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tateona Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? They got him. I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state. But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tateona ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
Say, I saw it. That's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss.
And there's a police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
It doesn't even matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
So let me tell y'all where I'm seeing the disconnect. So he says that he heard she was homeless for 3 months. No, you knew she was homeless for 3 months. He said she could have went to his family, but he could have went to his family on her behalf. One of the things that I heard was that she could have went to my family like we used to. Remember I was saying earlier that sometimes people way out there welcome. Sometimes, people try to help and they really can't help because it's past that. Y'all remember I was saying that. Please remember that I said that. He said she could have did it like we used to. That both of them, in my opinion, based on what he said, have always lived off the goodwill of people. They both have not done right, I guess, with their finances or whatever. But he said she knows she could have did that because that's what we used to do. So why we want to persecute the father? He don't seem like he got any more than she do. I know he was cold. He had tears running down his eyes. He said she didn't exactly tell me that she was homeless. She just said she wanted me to keep him for 3 days. But she come out her mouth and say, I'm homeless. He knew their asses was homeless. And she knew she was homeless. Y'all, I know my opinion about to be unpopular like a mother. I know it's about to be unpopular. Y'all can go ahead on and drag me all down in the comment section. But when I looked at her talk about her babies to that reporter, I did not see one tear. Not one tear came out this woman's eyes. She said she was doing CPR and was telling the baby, "Don't leave me." If that car was cold enough, let me walk away real quick, okay, after I say this, because I know y'all gonna throw shit. If that car was cold enough for them to die of hypothermia, why wasn't it cold enough for her and her mama to die of hypothermia? Just making sure that I'm ducking. If we outside in a blizzard, like a lot of people that go on these snow-capped mountains, and all of our asses is in the snow, we stuck on the mountain, they're going to be coming to get 3 dead, frozen people. Or 4, depending on how many people that go. Let's say I take Tamika and Beverly Conley with me. And bitch, we get stuck in that snow. And we in there for, we stuck in the snow for fucking hours with sub-degree temperatures, all of our asses. You know the rest. I can't understand how some of the kids died, but they didn't. Did she leave them by themselves in the car while her and her mother went in the casino and warmed up? Well, I don't want to think that way because there's 2 baby lives that's lost. But I swear to God, I didn't see one tear come out of her eyes. That concerned me. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's the same and that they handle grief the same, but I'm saying there was something empty about her eyes. Empty about this woman's eyes. I'm going to play it again. Just in case y'all missed it, y'all something don't fucking add up for me. Y'all, I'm sorry.
Williams with an even tougher battle ahead. She spent the last 3 months living in a van with her children.
And I regret having to sleep out there so bad. I tell him
Why do you regret having to sleep out there if you are homeless? I know y'all cussing me out, but something is wrong. Y'all know I'm a wordsmith. I love some words. Regret. I regret having to sleep out there. What is it that comes with the regret? What has made you regret this? Did you have another choice? So for me, if I use the word regret, It means I had two decisions to make and I made this one. I regret having to stay out there. To me means I had someone offered me something or I had another alternative. I chose this and I regret it now.
Williams with an even tougher battle ahead. She spent the last 3 months living in a van with her children.
And I regret having to sleep out there so bad. I tell him I'm sorry, but I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me.
1 a.m. on Monday.
What wasn't working for you? You didn't have no choice before the generosity of others to work for you. What wasn't working for you when you don't have an option, when you want your baby safe? What do you mean this wasn't working for you? I regret either leaving them in a car or regret that she and her mom were bundled up and her children were not. What do they have a GoFundMe for? I see somebody say Creole, hi baby. Creole said her GoFundMe is at $50,000. For what? She don't have none of her babies. Her babies are staying with the kids. It's the other families that need this money. She don't have her children. They staying with other family members. I was staying in that, in those apartments in the Southeast, and I had to move to Southwest because that just wasn't working for me. Those are choices and options. She didn't have an option. The father, at least he cried. He may be deadbeat than a mother, but that was their relationship. Why did she have the kids and he didn't? He seemed like he just was homeless as her ass. He looked like he's standing from pillar to fucking post. Neither one of them got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Because he said when they was together, they was living like this. And if he's not the custodial parent, been he done that, he don't have a say-so over shit. She obviously was the custodial parent. So while we looking at him and he looking cold-blooded and saying some stuff and he got a blank look on his face, tears was running down his face. It was more than what I saw from her. Go ahead and throw y'all stuff. I may be wrong, but something ain't right in the buttermilk for me. It just ain't. I think the father has been deadbeat for a long time. He playing somatics, right? Hold on, y'all. Let me get my dog back up here. What you doing? You stay right here until I go downstairs. He said that he working at the hotel, right, had some free rooms. Had he known that she was homeless, he would have let her stay in those 3 rooms. I think that's some bullshit. I think he lying like a mother. I think he lying. I think that both of them got mental illness. And I think that that is a lot of times the look of poverty. Y'all people, some people, because of their conditions or maybe prior to, have mental illness. That's one of the things that I notice when I go by, Poland, and you got to go by these different homeless shelters and stuff. It's a lot of fucking mental illness. When you are the custodial parent, it is just that. You're the custodial parent. And unless they had a visitation order in place, which I doubt they did because both of them look like they poor. They ain't paid no attorney for no like that. He's not responsible no matter how responsible we want him to be. Let me get out because I know y'all threw something there. Right, man. I'm going to stand over here to the side. Okay. I'm going to stand over here to the side because I know y'all throwing stuff. Whatever he does for that baby is an option. If he ain't got an order in place. If she the custodial parent, he can't even have the babies when he want to have the babies. He got to wait on her. That don't give him a pass because you would think that he would be empathetic and sympathetic and step up like a father. But y'all, how many people don't step up like daddies? Why are we surprised by this? Why are we surprised? And it looks like she comes from a generation of poverty because her mother was with her. This is a generation of poverty where your mama with you. But the way things going right now, honey, it might be a whole lot of people sleeping on the street. We ain't gonna get into the politics of it all. I'm just saying. Because people are losing their jobs with no rhyme or no fucking reason. So if you think that things are going to be bad and are bad, we ain't seen it. We only, how many, are we 30 days in yet? Are we 30 days in yet? That's another subject for another time. But this is a generation of poverty. And one thing about growing up in DC, and if you in the chat and you from DC, you know what I'm talking about. If you over there in Berry Farms, which was a housing program, it was generations of poverty and mental illness. Grandma, mama, kids, sisters, and brothers. And it won't just Berry Farms. Generations of mental illness. Generations of people who did not pull themselves up by their bootstrap and stayed in the ghetto. They don't rip that bitch down now. And people are like myself are waiting for them to build up on it because it's prime real estate. But it was generations of mental illness. I used to go up in that camp, and I call it the no park district. When you go up and when you would go up in the Berry Farms, bitch, you better keep your foot on the brake and never go in the park for Let me see what y'all saying. The father's locks looked fresh and he was wearing a night tech under his coat. But one of his children didn't even have pants on. Something is not right. Absolutely, Marlo. But see, we don't know. And it's going to come out. And really, really what I'm doing is I'm looking at both of them. I'm looking at both of them. I'm not looking at one or the other. And I and I know about guardianship and custodial guardianship. And I know that if anything had happened to my baby, her daddy wasn't responsible for doing nothing but calling on my ass. Other than that, what could he do? I was a custodial parent. He wouldn't know unless I told him. I'm in the car. I'm just saying. You know what? I'm going to get off of it. Thank you, Marlo. My BFS was close to homelessness. I offered to move to her state and get 2 jobs, or they could move with me. She refused. Some people have a victim mentality and need to show how horrible life is to them. And you know what? And I've done that too. And you know what people do? They will come up in your house and honey, and they will take over that like they live there, like on a permanent basis, and they paying rent. And then when you trying to get their ass out of there, you got to go to court to even do that. But they done that. You got to go to court to get their asses out. And they be up in your house. She had 4 kids. They up in your house running and you trying to be generous. I'm not blaming this girl. I'm not victim blaming at all. I'm saying when I looked at this video,
Williams with an even tougher battle ahead. She spent the last 3 months living in a van with her children.
And I regret having to sleep out there so bad. I tell him I'm sorry, but I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me.
1 a.m. on Monday morning, they parked at the Hollywood Greektown Casino.
in here, we want to blame somebody other than the mother because it is tragic. But the mother is a custodial parent. I'm sorry, what? Ray Della, do I need to delete that comment? I'll go ahead on and delete it because I don't know. I'll delete it myself. Absolutely. Des Gant. I just deleted your other comment because I didn't know where you was coming from. But you absolutely, it's called truancy when your kids don't show up. And now they done got so that the kid that most of the school districts food to feed the kids breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I have family members that worked in the school system, and some of them still work in the school system. And they said the way that those kids come up in there is atrocious. The things that they have to do for these kids is atrocious. Now, who's responsible for that? The custodial parent. And something is the fuck wrong when she is in there with her mother, y'all. But I will wait because this went viral. We'll wait for the results. Yes, the daddy was nasty, but he ain't custodial. He ain't custodial. They both look like they was living from pillar to motherfucking post. And she said she tried to give people money and stuff like that, and it didn't work out. Yeah, because you got 4 kids. And y'all know I got a big old house. But it ain't big enough for a mama and her 4 kids. I'll have two refrigerators in this bitch, 1 oven, 1 kitchen sink. And if a mother come up in my house or stay in my house, no matter how big it is for us, it ain't big enough for them. She said that she asked for help and now she's bitter because she said now they want to help me. Yeah, now they want to help you because guess what? You still got 2 living kids. Don't take the attitude, oh, now y'all want to do something since I broke the glass. Now everybody want to talk about I should have put. No, baby. That shouldn't be your attitude. Now they want to help me. You got 2 other living children. So yes, they want to help you take the help. If you don't be found guilty of some if you don't be found guilty of some stuff, yeah, you take the help. Now they want to help you. But they said your ass never showed back up. Now I know you probably was living from pillar to post and going from place to place to place to place. But I even wonder what was going on while she was sleeping out in the parking lot of the same place where her boyfriend. Y'all, something is the fuck wrong. And I know y'all mad at me. I know y'all don't like what I'm saying, but something is the fuck wrong. Something is the fuck wrong. Something is wrong. That's what I was asking Trish Ann. Was a mama in her in the casino? Good question. Very good question. Oh, they said she had a boyfriend? Mastermind underscore T. I know you. Who said what? And because the father looking a little jacked up, talking a little jacked up, stupid and ignorant, and poor itself, we want to make this him. Absolutely. Thank you, boo. Because I know other people's trying to cuss me out. That ain't always true. I'm trying to tell you, honey, I have seen them boot them people out. I'm telling you. And the reason why I've seen them boot those people out is because it be mental illness. I swear for God. They will put your ass out. Anyway, y'all, I thank y'all for being here. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section whether or not, what y'all think. Am I wrong? I'm just looking at both things, right? I'm not blaming either one of them right now. I'm just saying it's a whole lot of missing information to this story. A whole lot of missing information to this fucking story. But it'll come out. And then we're going to come back and have a conversation about it when it come out. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day on purpose. And be careful in them streets and in the water. Love y'all. Bye.